You ready?
Ready. Ready.
I was waiting for you to say something.
Oh, sorry. He's in the zone.
Welcome back to the Pantless podcast. Here's your host, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys. What's up?
What's
Is
going on?
going on?
We
I
did.
was trying to give you some silence. I was trying to confuse you.
You did? I mean, I was
You weren't even paying attention
just
to me.
enjoying the pace. I was just enjoying the pace. There was a moment of silence. We don't really get those around here.
No, I don't ever get them around here either. What's going on? What's happening?
A video game came out today that you apparently got that I didn't, and I'm not jealous. Ooh, look at that! That is gorgeous.
People kept saying, "Well, that game doesn't look very good." This game looks beautiful.
It looks beautiful from the little clips that I saw. So.
It is. Well, I'll jump into it. How you folks doing? Like, comment, subscribe. Let's jump into some Pokemon Arceus. I was telling you before we started this.
Yeah.
If you played Let's Go,
yeah.
Everything you liked about Let's Go, they brought back, and everything you hated about Let's Go, they got rid of. For me, at least.
Okay.
You can just
elaborate.
Okay. So you don't no motion controls to throw Pokeballs. It's all off the trigger, but you can just you can run up to or you sneak up to Pokemon and you just toss a Pokeball and catch them. Don't even have to fight them. But you can fight wilds.
What are your odds of catching them if you don't fight them? Are they just as good as if you do fight them?
Depend on their mannerism. Depends on if they see you. There's a lot of factors. You trigger and you focus, and you have to be so close to get the focus. You have to be so close to throw the Pokeball. Different Pokeballs you can throw different distance.
Oh, interesting.
All Pokeballs are craftable from the very well, not all.
So pause. You say throw it from different distances. Are they distant? So if one can throw farther, is it not good for close range? Like, is there a close range Pokeball? Like, if I throw Pokeball A, it'll catch Pokemon within 5 feet. But Pokeball B will catch within 10 feet. But 5 feet and closer, it is not as effective as Pokeball A.
I don't know about the effectiveness of actual catching, but like I unlocked the ability to make what's called heavy balls, and I was probably about 10 feet away from a Pokemon where that's about good range for a normal Pokeball, and the heavy ball wouldn't even reach the Pokemon.
It was just like clunk.
It went about half distance and just fell to the ground and was lost. Which I never did understand that in Pokemon. Why can't I just pick that up? It's not like our Pokeballs that fragile that when they hit the ground they shatter.
Apparently they are.
But yeah, you get a crafting station that you carry with you. That you can, if you have the items to make Pokeballs, you can make them right there out in the wild. If you run out of Pokeballs, you can just go ahead and make them. You can make potions. All your items that you use, you can make potions, super potions. You can make revives. You can make Pokeballs. I can make heavy balls. I can now make light balls, which you can throw further.
Yeah.
Which are good for like Starlies, which are very skittish. If they even see you, they will run away.
Yeah.
So you have to really use stealth to catch them. The Starlies and the stupid cricket thing, they're real bad about when you get into a battle with them. They'll just run away before you can even before you know it. the battle, because it's cool. You ready the Pokemon up, and you throw it, at a wild, and you don't have to hit them with it, but if it lands within a certain distance, it initiates battle. Nothing changes except for the Pokemon will face each other, and you start fighting. It's still turn based, so it's not like if you don't make an attack, they'll just start hitting you. But you and I don't understand what the benefit yet is for it, but you can move your trainer around in battle. You can as you're giving them commands, you can walk around the battle. You can sit there and just circle the battle, and they'll actually move a little as they attack. They'll kind of square off and they'll move around. They don't just stay solid. Like they'll hit and they'll switch spots.
I wonder if you can get behind the enemy Pokemon to prevent them from running away.
I haven't figured out if
that's... You, push them towards... Like, I don't want to go back there. That's a human. I'll go engage.
It's almost like it doesn't matter. Next time I get into a trainer battle, I want to go see if I can stand beside the other trainer. Trainer battles are rare in this. Super rare. I've probably played 4 hours, and I've done maybe 4 trainer battles.
Oh wow!
You don't do them very often.
Yeah, because this was before like Pokemon and people really interacted, so there wouldn't be a whole lot of trainers.
When you start playing it, you'll find out. But you're part of the exploration. You're part of the Galaxy something. I don't remember what they're called. But this group has just started developing Pokeballs. Pokeballs have not been being used. And the one girl that's kind of showing you around, she's like, oh, because there's not a computer system, because there's no computers anymore. Once you have more than 6, the Pokemon that you can't fit in your party, because you can still only fit 6, go into the pasture.
Pasture.
It's almost like a daycare kind of thing in town, in the main town, and you have to go back to the pasture to swap in and out of your party.
So you catch it and it automatically goes to the pasture.
Don't look too far into this, okay?
I'm just making sure that you don't have to like run one back. Like, oh, I got to get that. Let me run and drop one off in the pasture and then come back and catch it. You catch it and it automatically goes to the pasture.
There's a part of the explorationary force that's the security force, and I think they deliver it back and forth.
Oh.
Or back to town. But the girl's like, once you catch more than 6, it goes back into the pasture. But that's rumor. I've heard that that's what's happened. I've never met somebody who's had more than 2, maybe 3 Pokemon, because nobody's any good at catching stuff.
That's funny. Exciting.
So, it's good. It's a bit repetitive. So I've already kind of feeling like I spend most of my time just collecting items and Pokemon. It does feel a little bit like Let's Go, where you have to catch multiples of the same Pokemon in order to advance certain areas, because you're trying to not only trying to catch them all, you're trying to do you're trying to complete the Pokedex. And so technically most of these Pokemon you're catching, nobody's ever caught one inside of a Pokeball before. So you're building the first Pokedex. So it's not like the Pokedex already has stored information. You're penciling in the information as it's a notebook in your inventory.
Right.
The Pokedex is. So there's like, for each Pokemon has different tasks assigned to it. Like some of them, it's like defeat in battle X amount. Yeah. And different milestones, you get different stuff. Catch the Pokemon, defeat the Pokemon, watch it use a certain move. Get the different variants, like the Starly has a male and female form. It wants you to catch both of them. evolve them, you get bonus points. But the good thing is if you like Cyndaquil, I started with Cyndaquil. You in order to get his up, because you can't catch another one, it's a starter. Even though one of its top ones is catch another Cyndaquil, it's like, well, I guess you can later in the game, I guess. I'm thinking it may be like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, where Pikachus and Eevees were all over the game.
Right, maybe.
But some of its tasks are use Ember 15 times, use Flame Wheel, and even it says watch them use these moves. And even if it's your Pokemon that you're using, you're watching them use those moves. So my Drifloon needed to use Confusion and Hypnosis to build its Pokedex entries. And once you get each entry up to level 10, it completes that entry, and you no longer have to collect points for it. But you have to do that for every Pokemon in the game.
Right.
In order to, I think that's end game is you complete. So when you evolve, like when Wurmple evolved to Cascoon, it started over because Cascoon has its own list of things to do.
Yeah, I could see that being a very time-consuming game, but also one that you're just like, oh my gosh, hurry up. It definitely you're going to put hours into it.
It's new enough that I like it, and it's different enough. It's not Sun and Moon different. That was annoying. I hated Sun and Moon. I hated the. It's funny. The one thing I hate about Sun and Moon is they went away from gym battles.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't have gym battles. Nobody else really has Pokemon, you know?
Right.
I don't think there's gym battles. I haven't found any yet. And it feels like it's more Breath of the Wild with Pokemon. I hate to make that comparison, but that's kind of how I'm feeling, because you can kind of climb more. It's more vertical than all the older games, because you can there's some areas that you can't climb over a ridge. You don't actually like climb, but you can like kind of inch your way up and roll and Skyrim your way up a mountainside.
Mm-hmm.
Being like, I don't think I'm supposed to be up here, but berry trees, you throw your Pokemon at it, and they bounce their head off the tree, and then berries fall off of it. Oh, by the way, look at this. Look at this.
What is it, Dr. Pepper?
And
Evan Williams.
Spiced cherry whiskey.
Ooh.
Stillhouse. It's called Stillhouse whiskey.
Interesting.
It's in a stainless steel, like turpentine style jug or can. It's in a
Sounds good.
metal can. It's in my refrigerator, just ice cold. It tastes like cherry Dr. Pepper. It is very good. But you need to get Arceus.
I do.
I am very impressed with the game so far. Liking it. Don't like I don't like where they went with the starters, but I can get over that.
It is what that is. So.
Cyndaquil's the best starter.
That's why I'm going with Rowlet.
Out of the three,
That's what I'm doing, sir.
Out of the three, Decidueye is my favorite. Like final evolution.
Right.
Of those three, Oshawott, hate every evolution of Oshawott. I absolutely despise that stupid otter. My least favorite starter of all starters ever. Hate that thing. Like, really? You found a way to make me not pick a water starter first time I play a game. Way to go. But I went Score Bunny in my very first playthrough with sword, so
Right. So you're making money.
I guess I transitioned over to, I guess, being a fire guy. I I like
Lots of people are. Lots
I
of people
I
are.
like I like Cyndaquil. He's probably one of the cooler fire starters. I mean,
I know that's Gert's favorite.
out of some of the early fires, he's probably one of the better ones. Decidueye just makes I feel like Decidueye makes end game too easy.
Meh.
Because Decidueye gets overpowered. Because I used a Rowlet in one of my Nuzlockes in Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
When they finally dropped those starters in, and I started with a Rowlet, and Decidueye just allowed me to walk through the end game of Sword.
Yeah.
It's like this grass and ghost is way too powerful. So I'm like, I want a bit. Plus, fire has always made games a bit more challenging. So
No, I don't know, but are not the final evolutions different types? Like, it's not the same, is it?
you keep asking me this question, and I haven't.
I don't know. I thought, and maybe I dreamt it, but I thought somebody said
Well,
that they
there
were
was
going to
some
be
fan
different.
art. There was some fan art early on.
Is that what it was?
And yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if that came true. I don't know. I don't even know the full Pokedex. I haven't looked. I don't
Right.
know if it's in the game until I run into it. I caught a Ponyta pretty early.
The fire type?
Yeah, Fire Horse. I caught a Stantler a bit ago. But I already ran into its new evolution. The Weirdeer. I think it's called. They call it something inside the game. There's like a couple Pokemon that I don't think you'll be able to catch till later in the game, but I know you can ride on Weirdeer. You gain its respect by defeating a different Pokemon, and then eventually I'll get to ride it through the land.
Okay. It's majestic.
There's already fast travel spots in the game without even flying.
Nice.
I clicked a button and it was like, "Do you want to fast travel here?" I'm like, "Yes, I do."
Nice.
Didn't know I could. So I don't know how far I am. I don't think I'm that far into the game. I think
I would hope not. If you've only been playing for 4 hours.
I feel like I should already be like 3-4 gyms in to a normal game. But I'm not that. My strongest, my highest level is like a 14. I think a 15 or 16.
Yeah.
But
See, I would assume that if it's anything like other games, you probably aren't getting close until you start getting around level 50.
Yeah.
Then you could be like, am I close to the end of the regular game?
But I always feel like in some of these games that it takes forever to get to 25. Then once you get up to 25, everything just starts flying off the handle. You start fighting more stuff and doing more. Everything gives your Pokemon experience though. Yeah. And there's certain actions you can do that I learned that give a single Pokemon experience.
Okay.
If when you throw a Pokemon at a berry tree and it opens up and shakes the tree and gives berries, that Pokemon gets experience.
Gotcha.
Doesn't gain a whole lot, but that Pokemon will gain experience. There's these rock formations that you get, these stones that you use to make the Pokeballs. You throw a Pokemon at those stones, they break them open, they gain a little bit of experience. When you fight, whether you catch the Pokemon or knock the Pokemon out, your entire party gains experience. If you catch a Pokemon outside of battle, your whole party gains experience. So it's like every Pokemon's gaining experience, but for some reason I don't feel like it's just almost like they've nerfed the experience levels. Like because I can my Pokemon can go up to level 30 before they stop listening to me.
Oh, so obviously you're not trading, you're just catching, and they will actually stop listening to you.
Yes, and it's that's the other thing that's not done by gym badges anymore. You rank up inside the Galaxy Explorationary Force. You start at 0 rank, and as you are completing Pokedex entries, you're going back to the professor, and he's giving you points, and you rank up. I'm a 2-star right now.
Ooh. Fancy.
And when I hit 2-star, I unlock the ability to make light balls, and Pokemon up to level 30 will listen to me. My strongest is a 16.
Nice.
So I'm like, I just need to sit here and grind out a bunch of levels. Oh.
Yeah. Grind until you can start making D's balls.
Out of nuts?
Maybe you need to catch a bunch of D's nuts to make D's balls.
God, we lost our sticker, Austin. Just lost our sticker. They just rip it off like a Band-Aid.
Bad.
I went to go fight what was I fighting? I don't remember, but there were 2 wild Pokemon, I think it was the, what's that electric thing that turns into Luxray?
Shanks.
Which that's one of the first things you catch.
Oh, nice.
There was a Shanks, and there was a Shanks standing kind of back behind it, like they were talking to each other. And I hit the one in the backside with my Pokeball to battle. They both turn, and now I'm in a 2v1 battle.
Oh.
They're both attacking me. I've yet to I've got into a couple of those 2v1s, and I have yet to figure out how to select which one to attack. Like, it always attacks the one that's closest to you. I've yet to get into a 2v1 with 2 different kinds. They've always been like 2 Geodudes or 2 Shanks or stuff like that. But it's like, okay, this is interesting. So, did that by accident.
I feel like we might just need to stop talking. I think you're giving me so much information that I'm not going to enjoy these experiences for myself.
You're going to. The story is not that interesting.
What? There's a Pokemon game with a story that's not interesting?
I've never been interested in a Pokemon story.
Oh.
You don't have a mother. First ever.
What?
Yeah. Son of a mother, let's go.
Wow.
Shut the front door.
Put that sticker back on.
Stick it in your pie hole.
So.
Football upset me. What were you talking about?
Pause. We have pop culture, sir. Culture.
Pop culture.
So.
Oh, yeah. See, you didn't even watch my last episode. I forgot what I
did. Something?
Yeah.
You did something? Oh,
yeah.
Gosh, I gotta watch
something it. Appeared right about in this area.
Uh-huh.
And right now, right there.
All right, sweet. So I'm sure that you've heard because
I'm sure I have.
I just pulled it up, but there are people that are body shaming Alicia Silverstone based on some recent photos.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel absolutely dead inside.
That Today.com says it's not the first time the clueless actor has dealt with cruel comments about her weight. I'm not sure what people are talking about.
Breaking news. Alicia Silverstone slams body shaming photo. Quote, I think I think I look good.
Yeah, I think she does look good. I'm checking out some pictures, and
Alicia Silverstone gives the finger to body shamers who call her fat.
those are
Bam.
just trolls. How dare they?
I don't know what finger she's giving them, but it's
Obviously,
aggressive.
her ring finger. It's her ring finger because it's got that giant rock, and she's like threatening people with it. I'm gonna hit you with that right there. See that rock right in your face. Call me fat one more time. We know she was Batgirl, so we know she could kick some booty.
Whoa! I didn't know she was Batgirl. Her identity was always secret.
Oh gosh, just kidding.
God, give it away.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, breaking news. It was the middle finger she gave him.
Oh, it was?
Oh, yeah.
That's not very ladylike. Wow.
I mean,
come on, Ms. Silverstone.
I think they deserved it, though. According to what they were saying. Allegedly.
Yeah, probably. Probably did.
You know what happened if somebody called me fat? Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. I've worked hard on this body.
Where I come from, PHAT is a good thing.
I would ask, do you think it's easy getting this fat? And the answer is yes. But you have to put in the work.
So yeah, that's our pop culture news. People are rude to celebrities. That's crazy because
that's nothing new. But
yeah, you know, celebrities are people just like us. They put on, you know, their socks and then shoe and then their other sock and then their shoe, just like everybody else does.
They cry in the mirror just like us.
That's right.
I mean, like other people.
Yeah.
Not me. I don't.
No, like when you're brushing your teeth and you're just sitting there crying, thinking about your life, looking at yourself in the mirror, going, "What am I doing?"
You rinse your mouth out with tears.
How many tears? 2,175 pounds of tears.
Yeah. Very specific.
Let's just say I know what it's like to move something that contains that much water.
Gross.
Anyway,
all right. Football. How did the Green Bay Packers have to do me dirty that way?
I actually did not watch any football, and I haven't really even seen clips. All I heard was the phenomenal game that was Buffalo, Kansas City. That's all I've heard. But I have not even seen a clip of a football game.
So, everybody's throwing a fit about the Buffalo, Kansas City game, about how Buffalo was cheated out of getting a chance to answer the call in overtime.
Rules.
But
those are the rules.
So you know what I'm talking about. You heard about the fit that was thrown, and Kansas City won the coin toss. But technically Buffalo lost the.
Yeah, because they called tails and it was
heads. Do you know that's the first coin toss that Josh Allen has lost in his NFL career? Of all, I think he's like 8-1 calling coin tosses, and the one that he loses, they lose. But Kansas City marched down the field, scored a touchdown, and everybody's like, "Well, but Buffalo deserves no. Buffalo deserves nothing because their defense couldn't keep Kansas City out of the end zone."
But the rules. But did you hear that awesome quote from Andy Reid? What he told Patrick Mahomes when there was just 13 seconds left in the game?
Which one was it?
He said, "When things look grim, be the Grim Reaper." Chill.
Well, they were saying that Kelsey kind of called his own play.
Oh, really?
There with 13 seconds.
Dang.
So I guess they huddled up after Hill caught the pass down the field.
Mhm.
And then Kelsey's like, "Hey, they're not. There's nobody in the middle of the field. They're posting up on the edge. Look for me to." And I guess they lined up, and Mahomes goes, "Travis, do it."
I love saying Travis, do it.
And I guess he hiked the ball, and Kelsey like took a couple steps to the sidelines and just cut it up field, and like nobody was near him, and I guess he looked up at the clock and saw like more time than what than Prescott had, and went down, so they could call timeout and kick the field goal. He didn't Dak Prescott.
Right. That's funny.
I saw a quote saying that Kansas City went down the field quicker than what Dak Prescott could scramble.
See, what Patrick Mahomes wanted Kelsey to do was to run a reverse to get on the outside. And he said, Travis, do it. And he said, hard pass. And then he just took off, and the rest is history.
I got this, bro. But, we've got, so, hey, I breaking news. New York Giants hiring Brandon Daboll out of Buffalo.
Okay.
As their head coach.
What was he to Buffalo?
It just says ex-Bills coordinator.
Okay. He just coordinated the Bills. He was the huddle coordinator. He's like, all right, here's how we're gonna huddle.
He was probably the get back coach.
Quarterback here, running back tight end. Then we're gonna go tackle, guard, wide receiver, center, slot receiver.
He was the offensive coordinator for Buffalo.
Okay. So he's seen some success. They had an okay offense.
They have a freaking phenomenal quarterback, so they have the next elite quarterback. I said it.
You did. He'll never pass Dak, but he'll be all right.
He has already passed Dak, okay?
You shut your mouth.
Josh Allen is way better of a quarterback than Dak Prescott.
All right.
He's done way more with less weapons in a shorter amount of time.
Dak broke his ankle, and there was COVID, so.
Okay. There's some Dallas excuses. Jerry Jones says McCarthy is safe. Quinn declined NFL head coach job. So you guys get the same crappy coaching staff again for another year.
McCarthy is a good coach.
How many playoff wins does he have with Dallas?
With Dallas?
Yeah.
Not very many people have a lot of playoff wins with Dallas, sir. But he's got a Super Bowl.
With Green Bay.
Irrelevant.
They were saying that because Sean Payton quit out of New Orleans.
He retired, sir. He retired.
He stepped away. I don't ever think they said retire. I think they just said he was stepping away
retired.
As the head coach.
He said retired.
And that him and Jerry Jones have a bromance together. And Jerry Jones has been wanting Sean Payton in Dallas, and Payton for the longest time said he'd only leave New Orleans to go to Dallas. And everybody's like, oh, looks like McCarthy's out of a job. That would have hurt. I'd have been sad if you guys got Sean Payton. Because that could have made you guys a contender.
Yeah.
Immediate Super Bowl contender for next season.
Sean Payton has just as many Super Bowls as McCarthy, so it's
yeah, but he's a better coach.
Eh.
He didn't get fired after 2 years after his Super Bowl.
Yeah. We'll just say yeah.
I'll say it. Sean Payton's a better coach than Mike McCarthy.
All right. this is getting out of hand. We watched a movie.
Retro movie review.
The graphic is for that one, but did we watch a movie?
How did Kevin Bacon look?
Young.
So young.
Older than the last time? He's aging slightly.
Impossible.
I said slightly.
The way he jumped on that worm, I was like, whoa!
The way he fought Ivan Ooze.
The Booger Man.
Ivan Ooze is by far the best villain in any movie. That guy is phenomenal.
Oh, goodness.
I can't remember the last time I've seen a movie that was kind of serious. There wasn't a lot of comedy in this movie, especially amongst the teenage, like the main six. They were pretty, because the Power Rangers are pretty serious in the older series. There are a couple of them but they're pretty. It's a pretty serious show.
I guess.
But the villains are the comic relief. Okay. There's no seriousness. Even the brain guy, old muscles and brain guy.
Yeah.
And Cone Lady.
Rita and Lord Zed.
Yeah. The old 90s cones.
Yeah. Yeah.
How 90s was this movie?
It was 90s. So 90s. So freaking 90s. And I love how, like, every movement that the Power Rangers made, there was a swish sound.
Yeah.
Like, when it's like, look over there. Oh, like, that's what. And like, everything they did, they would have to, like, flip to each other, and then it would just, like, hey, Alicia, should we go over there? Over that way. Yeah. That way, yeah.
All the dudes had a left earring.
Oh, yeah. And I'm only gonna pierce my left ear.
Do what?
Like, okay.
What'd you say to me?
All right. I lost you, sir.
Oh, did you?
Oh, there you are. Were you not? Maybe you weren't talking.
I don't know. Hair.
And this movie was chock full of one-liners. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah. And just classic late 80s, early 90s music. Just the rollerblade scene right after the skydiving scene.
Right. It's just like, why?
And nobody knows that they're Power Rangers, but how can you not guess when they're all color coordinated to the ranger that they are and everything they do?
Yeah. In their skydiving outfits, their parachutes, their everyday clothes.
The rollerblading gear where they've got the knee pads and elbow pads that are the color of their ranger.
Yeah.
I bet you that.
I love how they're skating and then just like, they're high-fiving each other because that's what people do, like, when they're skating next to like, they're hollering.
Flipping and...
Yeah.
It's it's been a while since I've seen the show, but I think one of the issues I have with the movie is what always happens in the show. They are weak and stupid when they're not Rangers, when they're not in their suits, but they decide to fight the villain in street clothes.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah. Always.
And they never succeed. They get their butt kicked, they get pushed back, and then they're like, I guess we can morph. Because this is a thing we can do.
Yeah. I did not like the costumes. I liked these were like hard plastic shell.
Oh yeah,
like
this
costumes.
is. I
liked the cloth, like whatever that was, spandex or whatever, in the TV show.
So I want to say that this is when I need to look it up because I don't remember. Because I think this was. I do know this was the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many seasons led up to this, but as we were talking off recording, several characters have already changed at this point.
Right. So they had to at least been 3 or 4
seasons
into
in.
it.
I think this is when it kind of evolved and it moved. I think this was like a bridge gap, like a stopgap for series. Because I think because they got the animal, they went away from the dinosaurs to the animals.
Right.
Because I think the season that started shortly after this continued on with these characters.
Right, they were in the ninja costumes, those ninjutsu costumes, and had those ninja zords.
Correct. And they went to the more hard plastic armor instead of
Did they do that in the TV show? I don't remember.
I think that series kicked off with, I mean, and it just, this was like a transitional movie.
Right.
Like almost like a season finale, season opening movie that kind of kicked. I need to watch. I saw at Walmart today for not that much money. They have the complete Power Rangers series.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know how many seasons it was, but I think it.
Interesting.
Because I think, what was it? It was called Power Rangers. I don't know how many seasons they did just Power Rangers. Because it went to like Rescue Force, and then it went. They did a lot of weird stuff after.
Oh yeah, they've had tons. I don't know. I know they did the Power Rangers Neo, but I don't know if that was its own series. But that was following. I don't know if that was a story arc, but Power Rangers Neo was a thing. I don't know. I just don't remember, sir. I don't recall.
Okay, so this must have been. So looking up the Wikipedia, season 1 was 93 to 94. Season 2 was 94 to 95. This came out in 95.
Okay.
So I don't know if they. This doesn't talk enough about. This doesn't talk about enough of it. So, no, I need to watch more of it. But Metacritic, let's jump right into there.
Yeah.
So we got 21 critics giving it out of 100.
21 critics. I just don't think the critics are going to like this movie. I think they're going to give it like a 38.
Wow, this is the closest you've been. They give it a 40.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They did not like this movie. And I could see why. This movie was rough. The best
part, cheesy.
But the acting was good. The fighting was good.
Oh, yeah.
But it just looked like it was, and even the TV series, it almost like it was like low budget kind of stuff. Because the monsters look cheesy. The Zords look cheesy. It just,
and I thought the costumes and the monsters, when they looked actually pretty good. It's when they started going to special effects is when it was
the CGI looked rough.
So like those birds they look pretty good, you know. But yeah, when I went to the CGI, it was just, oh no, what are you doing? The Zords in the TV show looked way better.
I watched it on the DVD that came out in 03, 04. I bought it off Amazon, and the whole movie looked grainy. Like, it didn't look like it was a very high definition movie. So the Turtles movies that were made about 4 years earlier looked better than this.
Yeah, agreed.
In the film quality. 20 users out of 10.
20 20 users scoring out of 10. I thought you were like doing some terrible math.
I am not. I am not good at math, so you're not.
I
wrong.
think the users are gonna like. I would say 7.1.
6.2.
Eh.
So, out of those critics, 4 positive, 11 mixed, 6 negative. Users gave it 10 positive, 8 mixed, 2 negative. This is, and one of the users, the top user, gave it a 3. He said, with awful acting, cheesy as hell dialogue, and effects that look like PS1 N64 cutscene. Mighty Morphin Power Ranger the movie is terrible yet hilarious film that is so bad it's good.
Okay.
But why'd you give it a 3? Why didn't you get that? Sounds more like a 6.
Right. Be honest.
Tampa Bay Times gave it a 67. The recurring fight scenes had a campy quality that recalled the funniest flick from Hong Kong. I don't know what that means. Yeah, the combat wasn't like the greatest. And even in the series, I don't really remember them doing too much of the fighting outside of, because I thought they only did fighting inside their suits. But occasionally they would do, I don't know, I need to rewatch it. Because that contradicts what I said earlier.
Right. They did most of their fighting outside of their suits. But there wasn't a lot of fighting. The story was really all over the place. There were so many like things going on. There was a thing with the parents, and there was a thing with the kids, and then there was the Ivan Ooze thing, and then there was the Rita Zed thing, and then there was the Power Ranger thing, and there was the Zordon thing, and it was just like,
yeah, they didn't fight that much.
No, there wasn't a whole lot of fighting. It was just like, yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Like everybody knew like everything was going on. So, and where everybody was. So the Power Rangers went to that
planet
Phaeton. Yeah. And then somehow Ivan Ooze knew that they were there, and
he sent some henchmen out to it.
Yeah, even though he completely destroyed. And so, for all he knew, for all he should have known, is the Power Rangers were gone because he destroyed the power. So there shouldn't be any more Power Rangers. But somehow he knew that they went to that planet
to get,
and then somehow
the hidden power that he knew about.
And then somehow the kid knew, like, exactly how to get to the parents to save them in just the nick of time. Based on something, he was able to save the parents because of his knowledge of where they were going to be exactly. It was, it's just, what is going on here? I don't know. So many things going on, and then it all came together.
Well,
and the Power Rangers saved the day. They got fireworks and a big sign.
If you remember the series, each episode follows a cookie cutter path. One of the villains sends a bad guy that's about normal size to go destroy some things. The Power Rangers go out. They fight him for a while. He kicks the crap out of them. And then they start getting the upper hand. The bad guy makes him grow.
Yep.
They bring out their Zords.
Yep.
They destroy the city for a while, back and forth. They defeat it. Episode's over. Next episode comes out. Different monsters, same thing.
Yep.
For 3 seasons, this happens.
Yep.
So it's like, kind of almost what happened, but not. You turn that 15, 20-minute cookie cutter into an hour-and-a-half movie. So, old Bri.
Oh, Brian. What?
Brian Costello. Didn't he do our last one?
I think he was one of our more recent ones.
I think old Bri, because we talked to old Bri.
Yeah, we talked about old Bri, and he was.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite.
We questioned him.
He's my
heavily.
He's my new favorite. I like old Bri.
All right.
He makes us laugh. He gave it 9+ 3-star.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Which I would let all my kids watch this movie. Speaking of,
See
come
it.
on.
It's all.
The
Oh,
old
there it is.
VHS
Oh,
clamshell.
the VHS. Oh, snap.
That's it. You can see my last name on there. If you guys want to find me. That is the one my parents bought me whenever it originally came out in '95. This is my original clamshell VHS that my parents held on to all these years. I went and got it so I can show you guys.
That is.
But I don't.
That's gotta be worth at least like $3 on eBay.
At least it's all destroyed. A lot of the hard plastic is brittle. But yeah. But old school. I actually had the toys of the Zords. It actually came apart, and you had the frog and they were actually, were 5 different toys, and they would morph into the.
Bumped your mic and I'm freaking out. Okay,
Huh?
I'm better now. I said you bumped your mic and now I'm freaking out, but I'm better now.
You keep cutting out ever so often. I lose you every once. Like you'll say something and I just get nothing. They're right there. Yeah. So, parents say no review yet.
No review from parents. Well, I'm a parent.
I don't think we'll get one. As this came out in '95, I don't think we're going to get one. Kids say 7 plus 2 stars based off one review.
Wow. I want to know that kid's review. That's what I want to know.
We'll get there.
Okay.
So, old Bri says, larger than life fighting and feature length Ranger's Tale.
All right.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin. Okay, so let's get into this. Positive messages.
Positive messages. I would give it a 1 or a 2.
He gave it a 2.
Okay, there. Anything's possible. That's a fairly positive message.
Through teamwork and determination, anything is possible. Some subtle messaging about the evil side of marketing and how easily people are fooled by enticing products. We'll get into the bit of consumerism there, sir. That's not
already.
That's not
already. Oh gosh, I'm not looking forward to consumerism either.
Toys.
Lots of toys.
I just said I had the toy line. Positive role models.
I would give them a 4.
Give it a 2.
2, really?
The Power Rangers work together to stop Ivan Ooze, even when Zordon is unable to help them attain their supernatural abilities.
2 is not very high. I mean, they went on basically a suicide mission out of their love for Zordon and their love for Earth.
Yeah.
They never wavered.
They never did. When Darth Vader was dying in that area.
It did look like Darth Vader.
I'm sorry. That was I had to say it. I was waiting for a good chance.
Yeah, so I disagree with old Bri there. 2 is too low.
Violence.
I would say 3.
Ooh.
There was quite a bit of violence, but it was all campy.
3 is what he gave it.
All right.
Cartoonish violence. Various martial art style moves are continuously employed as the characters fight, kicks, punches, spins. A construction worker is thrown backwards several feet by a monstrous purple egg. A security guard is stunned and knocked out by the antagonist. Characters fight with battle axes. A giant mechanical scorpion wreaks havoc on a city, destroying cars and causing explosions. Can it really be considered violence if... I guess it is an assault on our ocular senses when it's really bad CGI. Give it another point for that. I can't watch. It's so bad. So,
goodness.
I want to clear on this one. I'm curious what he has to say about this because sex.
I would give it. I'd give it a 1. That lady on that planet was a,
I thought he was gonna. He gave it a 1, but I thought it was just gonna say Kimberly.
Oh, that was funny when Ivan was like, and here comes that cute pink ranger. And then Goldon was like, oh, so you think she's cute too? And then they just looked at each other. Oh, that was funny.
Just saying what everybody was thinking.
Right.
He gave it a 1. The Rangers meet a scantily clad warrior princess.
Yep.
Priestess. Warrior priestess. Yeah, when she came over, she throws the robe off. I'm like, she could have been wearing more.
Right. But maybe that's just what she needed on that planet, you know?
Yeah,
Be able to fight off stuff. Who knows?
Language.
Language. I don't think it was present. I'm going to say not present.
He gave it a 1.
What?
And I'm not sure I can say these words, but I'm going to try. We're going to lose that sticker right here. Some creative insults like egg-sucking purple pinhead and DingleDorks. I'm naming.
Oh no!
I'm naming this episode DingleDorks.
Yes, please do. Oh my gosh! So frustrating. So frustrating.
That's so good. Consumerism, your favorite category.
Oh, this is so bad. This could be a. I would give it a 2, but he might give it a 5.
He gave it a 2, but not for the reasons you think.
Because I saw Toyota and I saw 7-Up.
Yep.
So
I don't remember all the ones I saw, but there were actually quite a few. But you want to guess why you gave it a 2?
Toys.
The Power Rangers are part of an extensive line of merchandise, less popular now than in the 90s.
Oh my goodness.
My Morphin Power Rangers, my Morphin Power Rangers.
Terrible.
Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. Sorry, I just mixed two. I just made 2 fandoms mad at me. Drinking, drugs, and smoking. All of it's not present.
Okay, I was gonna say not present.
Yeah, none whatsoever. I don't really think anybody drank water. I don't think there was any food consumption. I just still couldn't get when they weren't in their suits and they weren't in those on the planet in the ninja costumes.
Right.
Their attire was hilarious.
It was so 90s.
But the White
90s.
Ranger? Am I allowed to call him the White Ranger?
Yeah, he was.
I mean, is that okay these days?
That one's
the
good.
Ponytail.
The Black Ranger is the tricky one.
Yeah, I mean, so was the Yellow Ranger, but let's not go there. Okay?
Wow. That one seems a little bit more wrong than what I was going with,
but like the ponytail and the earring, like Tom, I think his name was Tommy.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, this guy is straight out of the 90s.
Yeah.
A couple times you think that him and old Kimberly are gonna hook up, but they don't.
Right. He puts his hand on her shoulder. They look at each other. Nothing.
So, a teen, 13-year-old, gave it a
13-year-old
2-star, 7+.
Wow. Okay.
This hasn't aged well. Neither of you, you're 13. The effects are terrible and horribly dated. The story is boring, features a spirit animal thing or something. That was in parentheses. It's very forgettable, but fine for kids.
That's funny.
You don't even know what poorly...
He's 13. He's
Yeah,
13.
13.
All right.
So...
Goodness.
But hey, it's a movie from my childhood. I remember when the series started. We watched every episode on TV because we didn't have streaming platforms. We had to watch it when it came out.
Yep.
When the movie came out, bought it. I mean, Power Rangers was right up there with what we were watching. Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers. I mean,
Might not have been anything else. That was pretty much it. And everything else is like secondary, really.
A lot of it was at that time. Oh, Darkwing Duck was big back then. We watched a crap ton of DuckTales and Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
But Tailspin was
Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, Tailspin, Spin the Bottle. All right, go on.
Pin the tail on the donkey.
But what are we watching next week?
I have no idea.
You know, next week is our live episode.
Oh, it is. Good call. Good call.
I don't know what we're doing, what we're watching.
I do have some ideas for the live stream, but that's a picture and a half right there. Sorry, I pulled up Netflix and it just bam. I don't know what that was all about. Just some young kid staring at me with a scared look on his face.
No.
I think it's a new movie that's out on Netflix. What do we want to watch? I mean, there's some.
I haven't even looked. I don't know what's out there. Oh, you know, we should watch Tremors.
Is it back on?
Oh, that's right. It wasn't on Netflix. We need to watch something with Kevin Bacon when he was young.
I need to go through.
Is Footloose on Netflix?
Footloose. I have no idea. I'll have to look.
I'm gonna look up.
Oh no! You want to do
Kevin Bacon?
You want to do You want to do a movie from 2000 that has got Kevin Bacon in it?
Maybe.
Have you ever watched Hollow Man?
I have seen Hollow Man. Yeah. That's funny. That's 2000? I thought that was older.
It came out in 2000. There is not much with Kevin Bacon on Netflix. The only movie I recognize that had him from is Hollow Man on Netflix.
Alright, we can do it. Do it.
I haven't watched Hollow Man since it originally came out when I was in high school.
Alright, so yeah, we'll do Hollow Man. I forgot. Is Devil's Advocate on it?
We could. I need to make a list. I need to make a list of all the movies we've done so we don't start repeating movies.
I don't think we'll repeat.
Because I see Braveheart's on Netflix. Because I don't think we've done Braveheart.
We have not done Braveheart. Hollow Man. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole. Let's do it.
So.
Okay, Hollow Man for the season finale. Talk about it live. Hopefully all of our guests will watch it and they can discuss it with us.
Who's that movie's on?
Be there.
Yeah, I could go into some. I could really go. It seems like they're adding new movies, or Netflix doesn't like to always show movies that are on. Like they like to bury movies down in the dumps. They always have been there, but all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, do you remember this one's on our service?" And they just rotate them. Because there's a lot of good movies on here that I didn't even know was here. That one's on here either. So, what else we got?
I think we got much of anything else.
Oh, we've been doing this longer than I thought we had. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
So, what else was...
I think we're good. Am I going to see you tomorrow? You gotta give me
we'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's not waste these folks' time.
They want to know. They want to know. These people want to know.
If people show up, I'm there. It might be only the two of us.
Fair. All right.
So
cool.
You know what?
Like, comment, subscribe,
Do the
get ready for that
things.
shout out. All
Do
the
the things. And we'll see you guys live
on.
next week.
But what day is that? Nobody knows because we're not telling them.
I don't know.
The 4th, February 4th.
That is the 4th. 2 days before the NASCAR season kicks off.
Uh-oh. Oh, snap.
Hey,
So-
no, I thought we were doing that. I thought we'd do that on Saturdays. I thought we moved our live stream to Saturdays. So we're doing the 5th.
5th, you're right. You are right. Saturday the 5th.
Saturday evenings.
Saturday evenings. Put it in our notes below so that people can see it
I will.
in the description.
We'll
'Cause,
we'll work on.
only the hardcorest of hardcore fans get to this point of the show, so we need to give everybody else an opportunity to join in.
The best besties of the channel.
And I know it's not really our style to have a topic, but we can talk about that if we want to do a topic. I know somebody in chat was wondering what the topic was last time. And it's like, they obviously don't watch us a whole lot because we don't really have a topic.
Really plan anything.
We watch a movie, we know that we're going to talk about that, and then everything else is just kind of up in the air.
Yeah. We somehow always have about half of the episode that's just nothing. And then the back half is movie.
Yeah.
It is always that way. But hey, we'll see you guys next week.
Bow, bow, banana, wow, oh.